All right. Hello, everybody. So nice to have you guys here. So my name's Anna. I'm our director of retreats here at Fit Bodies, and I'm so excited. We are talking about the Warrior Waves retreat today. So thank you guys for joining us live. And if you're watching this recording, amazing as well. So I'm going to introduce you to our two retreat leaders, and we're going to dive into a conversation all about the warrior instructor community, the programs, the brand, and the retreat. So you guys have lots to hear today. So Ellen and Diva, if you guys want to say a big hello so
Hi,
people can see your
everybody.
faces.
Oh,
There we
oh,
go.
yeah. Thank you all so much for coming.
Hello,
Awesome.
hello, hello. I'm Diva. Thank y'all for showing up. That's what's up. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. I love your hat, Diva.
Thank you. Bend, Oregon.
Mountains. Oh, it's Oregon.
Yep, Bend,
Is
Oregon.
that from the Con?
No, it's from some trainings that we led recently.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Bend.
Mhm.
Okay. That's cool too. Okay, so just a quick intro so you guys know more about Ellen and Diva. So Ellen DeWord is the creator of the Warrior Program and Warrior Instructor Academy. I'm going to have you tell the group more about that today, Ellen, but just so you guys know, it's this really amazing group of programs that are making lots of waves within the fitness industry. So right now there are four programs, and we'll talk about those today. And so Ellen has also been nominated for multiple awards. She's been a speaker on pretty much all of the conference, um, you know, uh, like train for the last several years. And previously, she was also with Beachbody. So she was a master trainer with Beachbody before she segued and started this amazing warrior community. So we're really happy to speak with you, Ellen, have you on. Diva is a co-creator of the Warrior Combat Program, which again we'll hear about today, and a lead master trainer. So you'll also see Diva and Ellen together. Pretty much, I feel like all the time. I feel like you guys are traveling all the time.
You are.
So even though you live in different places, they're together a lot, which is amazing. And so I would love to hear, Ellen, can you give us a little bit of the backstory of the creation of Warrior, why you decided to, bring these programs to the industry and create them? We'd love to hear some history.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't mind, I'm just going to jump in and start sharing a presentation and get right to it. Is that cool?
Love it. Sounds
All right.
awesome.
All right, give me 1 second to get into my little PowerPoint here and maneuver things slowly, apparently. Um, okay, so first, everybody, I really truly did want to say thank you so much for carving out what we believe will be about 30 minutes of your life for this webinar. The fact that you're on tells me you're at least a little bit interested in coming or learning more about this, and that's really all I'm here to do is kind of give you a little bit of an opportunity to get to know me and Diva a little bit too through this presentation and to think about maybe joining us in November for our first retreat. So I'm truly grateful. And I wanted to start with that. This picture is me on one of my Fit Bodies trips. And so I'm really grateful, Anna, to you as well, and to Fit Bodies, the organization, and to partner with you guys in this way is really, really wonderful and really special. Also, I do know that we have one of our master trainers, Melissa Galler from Utah, is on this webinar too, and she's already signed up for the trip. So I love that she came on. So I'm going to actually start with this. When Anna and I decided to partner for a retreat, a training retreat, we, talked about how are we going to present that to the world? How are we going to market this? We've never done it before. And we decided that first we would market it internally to my team, to the warrior instructors, and kind of give them like I don't know, first dibs at getting a spot at our first retreat. And this should have been no surprise to me, but we literally sold out immediately. We sold out immediately our tickets. And Anna was like, man, I really wanted an opportunity to bring this to the Fit Bodies community. Like, I really wanted to. we really wanted this to be a teacher training retreat where people that maybe aren't certified with any of your programs or all of your programs have a chance to. And darn it, would you be willing to consider opening up a few more spots? And so we did. So we opened up, I believe, 5 more spots. And so that's where we are today. We are just now bringing it for the first time in this webinar today, letting the Fit Bodies community know that we're doing this retreat and that there's only 5 spots left. So, let me dive right in. A little bit more about me. I am an artist, and I love my animals. My favorite thing to do is to be home with my animals. I'm really, truly the biggest nerd in the world. That's my favorite thing to do. I also have a podcast. That's another way you can get to know me a little bit more. It's called Confessions of a Group X Instructor. And it's if you want to just get to know me a little bit better, you can creep on the podcast. And our co-host of the retreat is, kind of my business partner, Diva, and she's on this webinar here. And we'll probably chime in a little bit, but she not only is the co-creator of Warrior Combat, a former Golden Glove boxer, power lifter, but she's kind of like a shepherd to the flock of our organization. Our personnel, everything about us is night and day, polar opposite. Everything about us. Everything. Everything is opposite, including the part of the country that we live in. She's in Philadelphia. I'm in Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, and she's in Pennsylvania. Opposite in every way, including mindset and approaches to business. And so we jokingly refer to ourselves, actually, our team refers to us as mom and dad. I'm kind of the type A, organized. I hesitate to tell you this, but they call me the mean mom, and she's the fun dad. So that's just a little bit about us. Now I guess this is probably the question that Anna was asking me to touch on, is kind of like how these programs came to be. So I want to give you like a little bit of history. And I'm glad that she mentioned that I used to work with Beachbody. For those of you that might not be familiar, Beachbody had a division of their big mega company called Beachbody Live. They had programs for fitness centers, license-free programs like P90X, Insanity, PiYo, Turbo Kick, and the list did go on. The list went on. They had other things, Size, Country Heat, Transform, all this stuff. But I was very involved with 4 of their programs. And I bring that up to you today because but for my opportunities with that company, I never would have been able to create my own business or my own programs. But I had exposure to the interworkings of how a fitness brand functioned. They put me in their instructor videos. So I was flying to LA, AFA Studios, I felt like a little movie star every 8 weeks or so. They put me on stages at conferences. So I learned how to have the confidence to stand on a stage in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people and present and lead workouts. I helped with the choreography, first testing it and then helping choreograph. And so I was a master trainer for them. So I learned how to lead education. Anyway, the opportunities went on and on and on and on. And one day, we got the news via email that the company was closing its operations. So I'll try to spare you too many of the details here, but that was a devastating blow. I loved working. I loved what I was doing. Like I said, I felt like a movie star, and I loved that company, and I love what I was doing. So it was devastating news. And I just so happened to go to a yoga class. So this is where Warrior was born, okay? I was on a yoga mat as a student. I went to a friend's yoga class, a gentle Sunday. It was a gentle yoga on a Sunday, 4:30, I think. And she said something while she was teaching about sometimes we need to take something off of our plate to make room for more. I don't know. It was nothing like profound. It was kind of like a platitude that you might see on Pinterest or something like that. But man, it landed. And I thought in that moment where I was kind of in grief, I thought, well, I didn't take anything off of my plate, but something got taken off for me. So I have all this energy, I have all this time, I have all this talent. Everything I've been giving to Beachbody, I now have freed up all these weekends that I've been traveling and doing and leading trainings and stuff. And I thought, if I could do things differently, I would. If I could do things differently about the programs, I would. So Warrior Rhythm was born in January of, thank you, Anna. She was quiet applauding. Um, Warrior Rhythm was born January of 2020. So, as you all probably know, that is 3 months before the entire world shut down. So, I started a fitness business at a terrible time in history to start a fitness business, but somehow, little by little by little, people started teaching Warrior Rhythm all over the world. And in fact, we are now in 14 countries. So Warrior Rhythm started in 2020. We got hit with the pandemic. And then a few months later, Warrior Strength was born. Now, I am going to talk to you about what these programs are like and how they're distinct from one another. But for now, I just want to give you like the history of the chronology, if you will. So Warrior Strength came along, and then tiny drum roll, Warrior Kids. I'll tell you about that later. Warrior Kids is connected to Warrior Strength. Then I call this the unexpected pregnancy. It's still funny. As a joke, I think it's really funny. So I'm sure you're all laughing behind your cameras off and muted little cells. But basically, I met Diva, and she was a presenter at the conference circuit. And basically, the short version is all of my instructors that were at these conferences were wanting to teach what she was teaching at these conferences, which was like her own freestyle shadow boxing format. It wasn't actually a program, it was kind of more freestyle out of her brain. But they all wanted to teach it, and I was going to help her um, create something that she could market. And then we realized, like, wait, this community, this warrior community, they want to teach this. They want to teach this. So we decided to collaborate together, and we actually do roll up our sleeves together on this brand and bring different things together for Warrior Combat. So that was created then. I say it was the unexpected pregnancy because I was going to launch a cycle program that year. I was all ready to go, but then I decided to back burner my cycle program because I felt like the timing was right and ripe for this our kickboxing format. So Warrior Combat was born. And then the following January, we launched, which was 2023, we launched Warrior Revolution, which is our cycle format. And then last year, 2024, we launched Roots, which is a satellite program to Warrior Rhythm. So to be a little more clear, Anna was correct when she said we have 4 formats. We have 4 formats. We have 4 pillar brands: rhythm, strength, combat, and revolution. But we have 2 itty bitty satellite formats too that you have to have warrior strength to teach kids, and you have to have warrior rhythm to teach roots, which is basically warrior rhythm in and out of a chair for support for active aging and special populations. So those are our 6 programs for 4 foundational formats and the countries that they are represented in.
Oh my gosh, Ellen, I love that. I have never heard the whole backstory
Aw.
and like the chronology of the program development. So love that share.
It was really a perfect storm of the stars aligning and timing and having I had a market. So I had instructors that were following me because I had been in these Beachbody videos that lost their formats too, and they were looking for something. So when we started, for whatever it's worth, a lot of our instructors were from the Beachbody universe. That's it. Now I say they come to us from all over. People find us on, in fact, Melissa Goller, who's on from Utah, she found us she was looking for a new strength training program and she found us on Google. So a lot of yoga instructors are really drawn to Warrior Rhythm. So now we have instructors from all different backgrounds and walks of life, but we definitely started because Beachbody people were watching me and they needed a program too. So um, we just held our own first conference. So 2020, this is big for us. Like this is a big year for us because we're launching our first retreat with you and potentially, hopefully, some of you that are on live or watching the replay of this. But we also led our first conference and we created this video actually during the conference. This is at the club where I managed for many, many years, and a club that I teach at today. This is our official brand trailer, and I can't wait to share it with you. Hopefully the sound is working. So actually, please let me know, Anna, if the sound
Yes,
doesn't
I
work
will.
here. Okay.
Great.
I think not.
No.
I think you might need to share your audio through your
Me
computer.
too. It's worth it, you guys. Bear with me. It's worth it. Oh, look, there's so many more of you on now. Okay, let me back up and redo that. I see. Okay, bear with me, please.
Like a
I'll
throwback to the Zoom days when we had to share our audio and all of
I
our
know.
music and teach
I
online.
know. Throwback. I'm still doing
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Okay.
like that throwback is not the right word, but throwback to learning it all.
Okay. Yeah, where you always forget like to push a button. Okay, ready, team? Here we go. These are our formats.
This is what you're waiting for. People ready to ride. This is what you're waiting for. People ready to ride. I think I'm ready tonight. I think I'm ready tonight. This is what you're waiting for. People ready to
Ah, so proud. So I'll just segue right there into I think one of the pillars of our success has been the culture of the community. Um, if you have been following us at all, I think you can see it. It's palpable even from observing our community online and the way we represent and present ourselves and treat one another. And we just have this unbelievable, positive, supportive, gossip-free, uh, diverse community. And I do believe it is a part of why we're successful. I think people are really attracted to this kind of misfit, be your own self, kind of rebel. Like Anna said, we're making waves. And that was intentional, by the way, when we decided to name this Warrior Waves. That was an intentional play on that word. Is we're making waves and we're being different and we're being bold and we're standing out and we're new and fresh and we have great energy. And if those of our instructors who can see inside like the Facebook groups, man, when like a new instructor is welcomed, they get or someone has a question within an hour, there's dozens and dozens of responses. So it's just an awesome community. And I think that's part of why we have been so successful. So I do want to take some time. I think this might be one of the most important reasons you came today, or one of the things you wanted to maybe glean the most information on, is what our programs are like. You just saw that video, but that's not a lot to go by. So I want to take some time to talk about each of the 4 pillar brands, because you can get certified in all 4 of these on this retreat. You don't have to, but you can. We'll talk about that when we talk about what this will look like in Cancun. So I'm going to take some time here. Now we are going to have Q&A at the end. So I'm kind of hoping you guys want to dig a little deeper with each of these, but kind of a brief synopsis of each brand in their chronological birth order that I just showed you. So starting with Warrior Rhythm. Warrior Rhythm is a fitness fusion. So it weaves together some different elements. It has a little bit of mindfulness, like a theme. It has a little bit of weightlifting. It has a little bit of HIIT training, but is primarily yoga inspired. So again, it's a fusion, and it's very, very different. We play loud music. We do burpees. We sling dumbbells. So it's not traditional. Like, it's not, I do have my 200-hour yoga teacher training actually twice over now. It is not your traditional, Sanskrit, slow, quiet, meditative experience. To be very honest, it's really it really appeals to people that wish they liked yoga. But if they're honest with themselves, they find yoga boring. Those people, by the way, that is so many people. There's so many people in that niche of, I wish I liked yoga. I just get so bored. I don't hold still very well. And I actually think that facet of people is growing in our current ADHD, like techno speed of light universe that we all live in right now. And that's not to say that people that love yoga don't love Warrior Rhythm, because they do. But the people that it really, really, really hits are the people that want a little more of that fitness vibe. So it's kind of not exactly group fitness, and it's kind of not exactly yoga. We're kind of in this like weird in between lane. In fact, when I do conferences, they're like, where does Warrior Rhythm go? Does it go in the functional training, or does it go in the mind body? I'm like, well, neither, but both. Put me in either room. I don't care. So that's a little bit about Warrior Rhythm. Of all of our programs, it does take the most skill to learn to teach, because we're moving to beautiful music, beautiful music. So we have to have the skill of learning to music. That's something that I will teach at the retreat. It has yoga poses. So there's a lot to learn. So Warrior Rhythm is our most challenging format to learn to teach. I tell instructors that they need to give it a good 2 weeks of practice after the training before they're going to feel ready to teach it. And I don't say that about all of our other programs, but Rhythm takes the longest. You do not have to be a yogi at all to learn everything you need to know to teach Warrior Rhythm. You don't have to have your 200-hour. Now, I encourage further education always. So I love it when Warrior Rhythm instructors tell me like, hey, I'm gonna embark on my yoga teacher journey too. I love that, but it's not required. We equip you with everything you need to know to teach a safe and effective yoga-inspired fitness format. So if you're like, I'm not a yogi, like this could very much be for you. So I just like people, and if you are a yogi, done, easy. Like you're already halfway there. Okay. Warrior Strength is our functional training program. It comes in 2 sections, and none of these classes have to be an hour. They can be whatever, 30 minutes, 45, 50, whatever. They can adapt to whatever schedule. But in its full entire version, it's 2 half-hour sections, warrior strength. And one of the halves is cardio focused, and the other half is strength focused. It is off the beat of the music. It is so easy to teach. Like, if you're an instructor listening who is like, has to memorize choreography, or you just have a busy life and you're like, I can't take on another format, Warrior Strength is so simple. We have a timer app that literally plays the music for you, and you don't have to move to the beat. So that it doesn't take that skill. The timer plays our amazing playlist. It also tells you what move you're doing, how much longer to do it, and what move comes next. 0 brain cells. I say it takes 0 brain cells to teach warrior strength. You go to the training and you're like, oh, I could teach this tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And you could. So warrior strength is fantastic. It's very unique, and I could literally talk for so many hours about it, but to be brief, because we've got to move on, the cardio portion has this, like, this is like proprietary to us. It has a cardio countdown formula: 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. This is your cardio portion. It's called burn. And we start with mobility, where we're, rolling around on the floor and opening up our joints. So we start with mobility, and it's this bell curve of intensity, and eventually we get breathless. It's only like 20 minutes of HIIT training. That's all we need, people. I used to do Insanity, where you want to throw up for a full 60 minutes. This is just a little dab of HIIT training. It's just all we need. So we do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As your stations get shorter, they actually get harder. So it's this like motivational, like, oh my gosh, it's getting harder, but oh my gosh, it's a minute shorter. I can do this. So that's the cardio portion. It's predictable. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, the 4 minute is always a Tabata. It's predictable. Like, you kind of know when you take a warrior strength class, when you teach a warrior strength class, how that's going to flow. The build section, which is the strength training, dumbbell training, potentially coconuts in Cancun, we'll see. But the strength training portion is wildly original. Like, if any of you teach Les Mills, no shade on Les Mills, none. But you know how it's like always in the same order? This is not like that. This is like not like that at all. This is like to disrupt our adaptation response. So every single lesson, the order is different, the formula is different. It might have partners, it might have a flip a coin, it's just, they're all different. It might be push pull. So really amazing program. Low key genius. And then Warrior Combat also has 2 sections. And the first section also uses that same timer that tells you what to do and how to do it and for how long, and plays the music. And that's called Fight Club. And that's really scrappy and gritty. And like, you're moving at your own pace, and you're learning these combinations and learning how to do a side kick, and what's a stomp kick, and what's a side elbow. You're like figuring it out in your own bubble, in no pressure. You're not moving to music. You're figuring it all out. Then we take all of those moves, the same ones, and we put them to music in the back half, and we call that fight night, and it's a party. And then we're actually moving and doing it all to the beat. So that's Warrior Combat. The name sounds intimidating, both of them, warrior and combat. Put them together and it's like, whoa, can I handle that? But the truth is, it's not about violence. It's not about fighting. It's not even about self-defense. It's literally about resilience and overcoming the demons and the struggles that this life throws at us. That's what that format is about. You leave feeling like a better, more empowered, more confident version of yourself. That's what that program is all about. And then Warrior Revolution, quickly, is our answer to the current cycling situation, which is, cycle used to be like, you do 3 things, you add resistance and take it away. You sit and you stand, and you add speed and you take it away. So 3 variables: load, position, and cadence. We had 3 variables to entertain people with for an hour, stick a fork in my eye. And we used to say, if you wouldn't do it on the road, don't do it in your class. Like, that's how we learned. That's how I learned 25 years ago how to teach cycle. And then, Soul Cycle came along, and like everything changed, and Flywheel and Star Cycle and Cycle Bars and all these party on a bike pop-ups that are really in these really cool boutiques. They're really in the boutiques, like the cool boutiques where people pay and go there, and not the gym. So this is like our answer. This is like our remedy so that a club can have some party vibe in the club. So this is like kind of a blend, but more towards party on a bike, but it also has some traditional hills, some like open roads. It's not wildly crazy. If you've been on Instagram and you see the crazy cycle, it's not like that. It's not like that. But it definitely has like breaking down the music and adding some patterns that are choreographed with our upper body that just kind of helps make the time fly by and give it more of a party vibe. So that's a little bit about each of our programs. I'm almost done. Um, okay, I'm almost ready to turn it over to questions or anything Diva or Anna want to add. Um, so our programs are safe and effective. We have actually a test team that goes through them for 8 weeks before they go into production. They're license free, so you can teach them anywhere, just like Zumba or whatever. You can teach it anywhere. You can even teach it at Fit Bodies because we have a partnership with some of the resorts, our warrior resorts. We are fully accredited by ACE, AFA, NASM, CanFit Pro, and Warrior Rhythm also has Yoga Alliance CECs. Super original. Like I think that's part of our success too, is we're like a breath of fresh air. I think the industry needed something new and different. And here we are. So we're kind of edgy, kind of unique. Our formats are very easy to learn to teach. Very. Rhythm is like the one, like kind of harder one, but still easy to teach, easy to learn to teach. We provide a ton of support, marketing material, and upskill training. Actually, every lesson has a upskilling training piece that I do after the lesson is released for our instructors. So every month I'm doing an upskilling live with our community. So at a training day, we do a master class. So you get to experience what it feels like to do the workout. We go through 4 modules. I really, really work hard at creating a very, very safe space where people feel like they don't have to be perfect. Because one of those 4 modules, kind of towards the end of our training day, is some practice. And it's scary to practice in front of peers. It's scary to practice if you've never taught before or you've never taught a format like that before. So we really work hard at making our enrollees feel safe in our training spaces. We have CECs. It's great team building. We leave with friends usually. We leave with friends and it's a lot of fun. So how it will look at Fit Bodies. Again, some of my other Fit Bodies photos here. How it's going to look is really a little different. And I spent all day yesterday kind of like getting this all fine-tuned for us. We're going to double up strength and combat on the same day. Well, first, let me back up and say that the training piece, it's kind of this retreat is going to sort of be choose your own adventure. Like if you wanted, and this is kind of more to the community that has already bought the tickets, my community that's already certified in some or all of these programs, like they can do the workout in the morning workout as our retreat group. And if they want to go on an excursion or sit at the pool, they can. But if they want to stay and do the training to get more training, to do the training again, or maybe it's one of you want to do the trainings for the first time ever in your life, you would stay with me and Diva all day. And so then during the day after that master class that everyone will do, the people that want to get trained in those 2 formats will stay. And Warrior Strength and Warrior Combat are going to be on the first full day together. And then the next day, which is our second full day together, which I believe is Friday, we're going to combine rhythm and revolution. I can't wait to hand this mic over back to Anna so she can talk about the resort and the bikes over the turquoise on top of the roof. But rhythm and revolution are going to be together. We have master trainers that are coming. They just signed up. I didn't hire them to come, but they signed up because they want to be there. So they're gonna be available and helping, which is a huge, like, they're wonderful. And it's amazing that you get Diva and me and then like 4 master trainers there helping too. So you're gonna have a lot of attention. It's $996 in educational value. If you were to pay full price to take these 4 trainings, that's what you would be paying. So it's like $1,000 value for doing it. And all your CECs, so like 0.8 ACE, 0.8 NASM, 8 AFA times 4. You're getting all those CECs. You'll have more CECs than your heart needs and that you need. I'm also going to bundle our self-studies to the experience. That means because we're kind of blending the training days with a non-traditional certification approach for you in Mexico, I wanted to make sure you had resources that are evergreen that you can revisit. So you will have access to our trainings via self-study in case you forget something or want to go revisit a piece of the learning, especially given the nature of how we're delivering it. So I just have like 2 more slides. One, here's my contact information and some more of my pictures that probably Diva took. Instagram is almost like where I hang out. So if you're on Instagram, honestly, messaging me through there is great. You can also text me. You can take a picture of this slide. I just realized there's a typo on it though. It's Ellen at warriorinstructors.com. There's no D. That's just a typo. Yeah, so that's kind of how you can contact me. And then I was going to open it up to questions, but maybe before questions, Anna could take over and talk about this resort.
Somebody
Yes.
had a question. Oh, go ahead. Somebody had a question about what type of music we use.
We have, we provide the link to Spotify and Apple Music. So if you have either of those music subscriptions, then you're good to go. We also provide clean and explicit versions of our playlist, and our explicit is not nasty. It's not nasty. It's just like not squeaky clean, but we provide those links. So if you don't have a subscription, most people do, but if you don't, that would be an added expense.
And we stay away from top 40. So we're not going to do, like, the goal is to provide music and sounds that create emotion and experience, edgy rock, EDM. I mean, we go all over the spectrum, but the goal is not to listen to something you listen to every day on the radio. So that's not what we do.
Yeah.
Ladies, I love this. Like, I learned so much today. Thank you so much for taking us through one by one of the programs. It makes me want to come and get certified.
Come. We have
Maybe
5
I'll be
spots
there.
left.
Maybe I'll be there. Okay, that was amazing. Guys, I think this is actually a great time to open it up to Q&A. And while you guys are thinking of your questions, let me just tell you about the resort. So I'm super duper pumped that we are going to Breathless Cancun Sol. So this resort was built about 2.5 years ago. It's almost brand new. And it is like stunning from top to bottom. And I mean top to bottom because you're like right there in Puerto Cancun, and it has multiple levels of pools, of restaurants. Like, this whole experience is just going to wow you on top of the wow that you just saw from the education side, from the community side of things. So this resort is, again, it's in Puerto Cancun. And what Ellen mentioned was we have set you guys up. So the master classes are all in nature. So yes, there is a training component, and yes, you are going to be learning in this experience, but you're also going to be taking in the sights and sounds and experiences of the resort too. So we have this amazing masterclass planned for the Warrior Revolution class, which is on the rooftop. And you can literally see, like, as far as your eye can see. And then you have these turquoise waters in front of you in Cancun. And this resort really does have 360-degree views depending on where you are. So you can see the lagoon behind you. You can see the ocean in front of you. You can see this gorgeous resort that's all around you. It's very, very top high-end luxury. So we like pulled in all of the cards, and this is the match of the Warrior brand is unique, high energy, fun. And this is also the Breathless brand. So we really want to pair the two together. I don't know, hands up if anyone in the chat has been to Breathless Cancun Sol. But if you haven't, you're about to experience amazingness. And then also just to add what Ellen said, so we do have a partnership with the Warrior Programs, and we are at a handful of resorts. This training specifically, we're going to be able to add the Warrior Programs to more resorts. So as we're adding those programs, you will have more opportunities to travel with Fit Bodies by getting certified with Warrior. And like, what better way to do it in luxury in Cancun with all 4 programs, throughout this experience. So I just wanted to drop those tidbits in there because I think it's really a part of, the whole feeling of why do we want to take a training and move it to somewhere gorgeous? Well, we're going to be immersing you in gorgeous luxury, taking care of you, amazing experience. You're going to feel so good. I have to say, I've been the director of retreats now for about a year, and prior to that, I am in touch with a lot of our community. So, we hear all about the magic that happens at just regular Fit Bodies teaching vacations. I'm also very in touch with all the people that do retreats through us. And the amount of love and connection and lifelong friendship that happens is just like out of this world. We have a retreat happening right now, and my heart just pounds and gets really happy when I see all the love in these retreat experiences. So please come and join us. And Tracy, yes, we will send you the recording of this, and we'll make sure that we're all connected. And we'll also send the link of this retreat. So just to go over that super quick, we do have 5 spaces available still, and we expect that that's going to sell out. So if you are interested, I would definitely put your deposit down. And then there's 2 more installments that will be due before the retreat happens. So you don't have to pay everything up front. So stay tuned. Again, we'll send an email. And will we do more of these? We sure hope so, Dixie. That my hope is that we'll do this next year too. And so stay tuned to that. But we really wanted you to hear from Ellen and Diva, the program creators, the brand creators, so you get an idea of the Warrior programs and what the retreat experience will be like. So, any question and answer besides what we've gone through today?
It looks like Heather and Dixie might be eyeballing 2026. That's
Okay.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine. We do hope to do it next year.
Yes. Yeah, we do hope to do it next year.
Tracy, I took your email. I copied it and texted it to myself. So I don't mind just connecting with you via email. And then if you have specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. And our website, warriorinstructors.com, it does have an about tab up in the header and has some good information. And
Yes.
but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on.
It is going to be a great time. So I think, Ellen, Diva, do you guys want to add anything else? Do you feel like we should talk about more? I feel like we got a really good view of the brand. At least we got to hear a little bit from both of you. Diva, I'm not sure if there's anything else you want to share, but I loved learning more about
She
that.
said it all. She said it all. She said it
Yeah.
all. I'm not one to
Okay.
talk if I don't have to talk. She said it all. So if you can't come this year, we would definitely love to see you next year. If you're on the fence, don't hesitate to reach out to Ellen. Don't hesitate to look through our program socials for all the brands, so you really get a feel and the essence for what we do and who we are. And again, we would love to have you. It's going to be a good time. I'm a good time. I'm just telling you.
I
Yeah.
love that. It is
Noelle
gonna
said,
be
can you
good
put up
time.
the contact slide again?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Happy to.
And we will share this recording with you all, so you'll get a chance to flip back through this.
Don't forget, there's not a D, which is confusing because my last name does start with a D. It's just Ellen at warriorinstructors.com or Ellen Dewart at Gmail. But Instagram is really, the best way. And Diva, what's your Instagram?
Diva Richards Fitness.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's okay. They got yours. They got the important one.
You can find her through my page.
Absolutely.
And you can find, this is another great way to glean just a sense of who we are. under my profile, there is a link to each of the brands. If you just look at their Instagrams, that's a good way to gain, or I mean, you couldn't even Google us. We show up. You can
Yeah.
find out a lot about us like that. But I'm so grateful that you guys came on, and also the
Thank you.
Yes. And we're
replay.
grateful that you guys are here too. So thank you for making the time and exploring and explaining everything. And let's go. Let's go to Cancun together.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And then we're gonna do a live Zoom with the registrants to help set them up for success and what to pack and how to prepare and the whole flow of everything. We'll go over that with the people that do enroll. So
Yes.
yeah.
If you're into all the details and all the questions, you're welcome to ask us. But we have a whole, like the next several months planned out little by little. So you'll get all the details about the retreat experience. And we
Yeah.
hope that you guys register. We hope that you come along. And
Where do they go to
thanks, everyone.
register? Where do they go to register? Will that be in the follow-up email that they get
So
from
I'm going
FitBody?
to send it in the follow-up email and just stay tuned to that. You can also find it if you've seen any of the emails that we've talked about our retreats. The Warrior Waves retreat is on there. So it's the same registration link. You can go ahead and find that. I think you can find it on Ellen's page too. She shared about
yeah.
it. So just stay tuned. And actually, I'm happy to drop it in the chat here if you guys, oh, it's not letting me, wait. It's not letting me.
It is in my link. It is in my link on my Instagram, my primary link.
Okay, here we go. I've got the link too. So here it is in the chat. You guys
Okay.
can click and find that registration page. And again, 5 spots available. We would love to welcome some new people to the Warrior community
Yes, we
and
would.
also bring more Warrior to the Fit Bodies Resort. So thank you guys both for taking the time and being here. Thank you everyone for joining live
Yeah.
and watching
thanks,
the recording.
everybody.
And we'll
Okay.
be in touch.
Bye, everybody.
All right, take care.